Hi everybody, it's Andrea again, and today is the day after my shot, and so my fever has finally started to break, and I feel pretty crappy, and it got me thinking about a couple things, and so that's why I decided to do a video today. My first question to you, this is going to be a couple questions that I hope people post responses to, and the first question is, there are new oral meds on the horizon, and several of them look like they could be coming on the market fairly soon. And I was wondering if you are going to be changing your medication when they come online. For me, if it's available and it's something I can afford, I would definitely do it. My situation's a little different because I have no health insurance and no um, income of my own, and we have limited income with my husband's. I'm lucky enough to have gotten into a drug study where I get my Avonex for free. But my body is just not liking this medication. I've been on it for about, I think, 7 months now, and the side effects have not gotten any better. But it's all I have, and because I'm in this study, I get to see a doctor every 3 months, and they do blood work and tests, and so I realize how fortunate I am that I do have all of that, considering I have no insurance, and they've been great with me. But if these drugs come online sooner than the end of the study, and depending on what they cost, I more than likely will be switching. I can't, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick out the study. It's a 2 year study, and May will be my 1 year anniversary. And unless it gets better, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I still have high hopes for Dr. Zamboni's findings in the CCSVI. But with the way things are moving, there's going to have to be trials and studies and all of that. And I unless I can get into one of those, it's going to be out of reach for me. Because I don't have insurance, I can't even go to a doctor to see about getting tested or have a doctor to talk to about this. When I go down for my next appointment, at the drugs study, I will be asking them about it because it is a hospital that does a lot of different MS research. So um, I'll see if they're going to be doing anything like that. And since I'm already in their system, I might be able to get into that study if they choose to do something. But right now, it's kind of slow going with that. So I'm just curious if any of you are keeping your eyes out on these, and if it's something that you're going to change your medication to try. I'm especially interested in the Tysabri people. Um, so that was my first question. The second question I have is regarding hygiene. Now, I used to be one of those people, take a shower every day, and when I was working, and kind of a girly girl, very concerned about what I look like. And I'm still concerned. I mean, I took the time to take a shower and everything for you, so I don't look quite frightening. But my hygiene is not what it used to be. I can go 4, 5 days without taking a shower because it takes so much of my energy to do so. And then when I do take the shower, the hot water brings about fatigue, and for some reason it really, really increases the MS hug that I have. That's so painful, like right now, because I took a shower before this. I just feel like I'm in a girdle that's 5 times too tight, and it's pulling on my neck and my head. So it makes you not really want to take a shower unless you have to. But I've talked to a couple other people via Skype, and um, many of them have stated the same things, that, their hygiene isn't what it used to be. And unless I've had an accident, which I've had a few bladder incidences here, um, then I have to take a shower, obviously. So I'm just curious, is this common? Do we pick and choose what we do to conserve our energy, and therefore our hygiene kind of goes to the wayside? At least it kind of has for me. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, because I've been having so many issues with the Avonex, and because my medications and stuff are not alleviating anything for the pain that I'm in, the hug especially. I've been looking into diets. I know there's a lot of people out there who believe strongly in, I believe, like the Swank diet and the Best Bet diet. And I'm curious to know how many of you follow those. Some of it makes sense to me, and some of it doesn't. Um, and then I'm also curious about people who take LDN, low dose naltrexone. I'm really not quite sure exactly how it works. I know it's more for symptom management, but I would like to hear some stories about that. I know Copaxone is the only medication that you can take LDN with. None of the interferons you're allowed to take LDN with it. So it would be a choice of having to change everything to go on to that. But I'm curious, obviously, because I'm having such a hard time with the Avonex. And then, vitamins and different regimes that you do. Trevor got me onto the magnesium citrate, and so I've been on that for a short period of time. I've not noticed any benefit of it as yet, but he swears by it. So I figure, what the heck, I'm going to give it a shot. I do take vitamin D3, 1,000 IU a day. And that's pretty much it for supplements. I have a hard time remembering just to take those. You have to forgive me, my allergies are kind of acting up, so I've got the sniffles a bit. And then my last question is regarding progression of MS. I'm not really sure how they determine it. And the reason I ask is because I've had relapse just this last November, and then the previous year in December. And both times I did the IV steroids, and I got very limited relief, and I never went back to what I was prior to those relapses. I've had this hug now for 2 years, and the last relapse just increased it tenfold and caused the spasms that I talked about before that feel like I'm having a heart attack. So I'm just wondering how they determine if you're progressing into secondary progressive, or who are more knowledgeable about this. How do they determine it, and then how do the disease modifying drugs play into that? Do you stay on them? Do they still work for secondary progression? Is it worth it? And how do I find out if I am progressing? How do they determine that? So those are my questions for all of you. I hope you post video responses. I'd really like to know your thoughts on all of this. And I hope you're all doing well. And once again, thank you for being part of this. Okay, signing off for now.